I'm here with the Miller Group, and we're doing some microsurfacing today on Highway 8, just outside Fredericton. So we're going to do a little bit of an overview today on microsurfacing. Microsurfacing is an emulsion treatment that we do to a road. It consists of 11% emulsion, 1% powdered Portland cement, enough water to make it viscous, and the balance of that would be 0 to 1/4 inch rock, or 6.3 millimeter rock. It's mixed here on the truck, and it's placed on, comes out of the truck into our screed as a slurry, where it's spread on the road in a uniform manner, somewhere between 3 and 5 millimeters. It's a water-based emulsion, so it has a cure time of anywhere, depending on the weather, anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. We have really good conditions today. It's fairly hot today and the wind is blowing, so it's curing in about 10 to 15 minutes. The operation moves along fairly quickly. We can get each truck runs anywhere from 400 to 500 meters worth of product on the road. We have 3 trucks, so once we get rolling here, we can get a fair amount of road done in a day. It comes in 2 lifts. We do a scratch lift, which is just a basic lift, which levels out the road, fills wheel ruts, and smooths the road up. It is struck off using a steel bar in our screed that we haul behind. Then once we have that done and it's cured, usually overnight, we'll come back and we'll do the seal coat. And we have a rubber squeegee that we install inside of our sled or our screed, and that gives us a finer layer of microsurfacing product on the road, something that has some abrasion to it, lower road noise than you would with the scratch coat, and a nicer appearance. As you can see, this operation moves along fairly quickly. Prior to putting down the microsurfacing, we applied a tack to the road, which is another form of emulsified asphalt, and it goes down as an adhesive, so it helps to stick the aged asphalt to the new microsurfacing. So it works as an adhesive, and it's a layer that goes in between. And what it does is it prevents the microsurfacing from delaminating over time. Typically microsurfacing lasts us anywhere from 4 to 7 years. Depending on the traffic volumes and the amount of traffic and the type of traffic that's on a road, the life expectancy of it varies. This particular road, Route 8, is a fairly high traffic road with some fairly few heavy loads on it. We are actually resealing here some previously done microsurfacing. This microsurfacing has held up very well. There's been very little distress in this road, so it made the most amount of sense to seal it for a second time with microsurfacing. It's about 8 years old, so it's lasted fairly well. There are a few cracks in the road, but very few. A few reflective cracks, but that's about it. Very little stress cracking. So we've resealed it today. Now, over in this lane, we put down the scratch, and the scratch is the base coat of microsurfacing. It's intended on filling the wheel ruts, correcting any imperfections and any nuances in the road. It's the first of 2 lifts of microsurfacing that will be placed on this. The texture here of the older microsurfacing in between these 2 wheel ruts, as you can see, is very similar to asphalt. And if you look over at the newly placed scratch, that actually hasn't had any traffic on it yet, and the emulsion isn't completely evaporated in it, the water in the emulsion rather, you'll see it's fairly coarse. That will, some of that stone will strip off over the next few days, and eventually it will become a fairly smooth surface. It'll have a fair amount of abrasion for stopping also. Back at the pit here right now, where we're just going to watch the reloading of one of the trucks. So we just attached the emulsion line, so where we're going to pump the truck full of emulsion. We just attached the water line where we're going to refill the water reservoir. The loader is dropping the stone, the 0 to 1/4 inch stone into the truck. The truck holds about 10 tons of stone, roughly. I'm not sure if we'll be refilling the cement on this run or not. Usually they redo the cement about every second load. The hopper for the cement is just on the rear right of the truck, and it holds about 10 bags. So it takes about 10 minutes altogether to get the truck reloaded. Once they get it full of emulsion and full of water, get the rock in, top up the cement if it's necessary, they can get this turned around and back out on the road again. is of the essence, so the quicker we can get turned around and we can get back on the road, the better production we can do, and the more ground that we can cover every day. There's the water. Got the water complete. There's the emulsion. And we're just topping up the rock here. We'll see if this happens to be the load that we're going to do the cement on here in just a moment. Okay, so he's going to go up and he's going to actually have a look at the cement reservoir right now, see if he needs any or not. Right now they're just leveling off the load, making sure that the load doesn't protrude above beyond the top of the truck. That'll ensure that there isn't a lot of rock dust and debris flying off the truck as it travels back to the site. They'll tarp that load so that so if the material that's in the truck is above the tarp, it stands a chance of damaging the tarp. So they got the load down now, so when the operator gets in the truck, he'll be able to close the tarp.